Hello students, welcome back. In the last session we have studied about JDBC drivers. There are 4 different types of drivers which we have studied in the last session. In today's session we will study about the JDBC packages and we will also discuss about JDBC process. So let's start. JDBC packages. While developing a Java program which communicates with backend database, we need certain packages to be included in the program. Like for developing a Java GUI program, we include packages like AWT, or for Swing based program we include a package that is javax.swing package. These packages provides us different tools by using which we can create a GUI. Same way, to create an application which communicates with a backend database, we need certain packages which helps us communicate with the backend database. And there are two important packages which are contained in JDBC API. These two important packages are java.sql. This is very important. So the two important packages in JDBC API are java.sql. This contains Java objects that provide basics for connecting and interacting with DBMS. So what is contained in java.sql? It contains Java objects that provide basics for connecting and interacting with database, or you can say DBMS. And java.sql, it is part of J2SE, that is Java 2 Standard Edition. As we know, there are different categories into which Java has been categorized. We have J2SE, J2EE, J2ME, and that belongs to J2SE. And the second package is javax.sql. So this is the extended version of java.sql package, and it is part of J2EE, that is Java 2 Enterprise Edition. It contains Java object that interact with JNDI, that is Java Naming and Directory Interface, and other advanced JDBC features. For advanced JDBC features, we can use javax.sql package, but for in this course we will be only using java.sql. No advanced features we will be using, so we will stick to only java.sql. But remember, there are two packages, java.sql and javax.sql. Next is a brief overview of JDBC process. So this is an overview, or you can say the steps which can be followed by an application to connect and communicate with a backend database. So this is also a very important thing, so you should remember. These are the steps which are almost followed by all the applications to connect with a backend database, whether it is a Java application or any other application you can take. The similar steps are used to connect with a backend database. So this JDBC process, it is divided into 5 routines, or you can say 5 steps. The first step here is loading the JDBC driver. We have seen there are 4 different types of drivers which can be used to connect with a backend database. You can use any of those drivers to connect with the database, but that driver needs to be loaded first in the memory, and that is the first step, that is loading the JDBC driver. Once the driver is loaded in the memory, second is connecting to the DBMS. Load the driver, connect to the DBMS. Next, once the connection is established, creating and executing statements. Next step, it is to create and execute statements. So statement, it is used to execute SQL queries on the backend database. on the backend database. So statement needs to be created and the queries needs to be executed. Next step is processing data returned by the DBMS. If the query which is executed in the earlier step is returning some data, that data needs to be processed. Means it may be displayed on the screen or any other action can be taken on the data. That is processing. And lastly, terminating the connection with the DBMS. Once the work is done, close the connection with the DBMS. So it may be diagrammatically represented something like this. You have your application, say this is my Java application, or you can say it is your Java program, and you have a database. So consider this is a database. In short, we call it as DB. Now suppose we have some data here in the DB database. As you know, database contains data in the form of rows and columns. We have a table which contains the actual data. So to retrieve data from this DB, this is our Java program. What the Java program has to do, the first step, it is to load the driver. So first the driver has to be loaded. Say you have loaded the driver, so this is your driver. Once the driver is loaded, using this driver you have to connect with the DBMS or database. Once this connection is established, you can create some statement objects. You have to create statement objects. I'll say yes, and this statement objects are used to execute the queries on the backend database. And after executing the queries on the backend database, the DBMS itself may return something. It may return back the data, and that data which it is returning needs to be processed in the program. And lastly, the communication has to be closed. Needs to close the communication. So this is how this JDBC process works. So let us see in detail about this JDBC process. Every step how it is done in Java, that we will study here. Programmatic steps we will see now. Only the theoretic steps we have seen. So programmatic steps for loading the driver. Now how exactly we load the driver, or what is the code to load the driver? Now the code is, we have a class with a name class. See, there is a difference in a keyword class and this class. The C is capital here. Okay, so this is a class name. So class dot for name, the function which is used, it is for name, which is used to load the driver. Inside this function we have to send a driver which we want to load, and this is the driver which we want to load. Looking at this driver, you will get to know sun.jdbc.odbc.jdbc driver. Now looking at the name itself, you will get to know what type of driver it is. It is type 1 driver, that is JDBC ODBC bridge driver. Okay, so driver needs to be loaded, and this is the statement which is used to load the driver. Second, as I've said, we need to connect to the DBMS. How to connect to the DBMS? By using driver manager. We have already loaded the driver, then we have to use driver manager. You can see driver manager, it is the class. By using its method called as get connection method, get connection, and this get connection method takes three important parameters here: URL, that is the location of the database; second is username and password. Every database has a username and a password. You have used MySQL or Oracle. While logging into the Oracle or MySQL, you use a particular username and password. So to connect the database from our program also, we need to pass a username and password. So first is URL, that specifies where exactly the database is located, the complete address you can say of the database. Then you have to pass username and password. Here we have created two variables, username and password, which contains the actual username and password that we are sending here. Okay, so that is about username and password. And get connection, the step number 2, connecting to the DBMS. So get connection method, what it does, it sends a request to the DBMS about the connection, and if DBMS accepts the request, the connection is established. After the connection is established, next is the statement I said. Now how to create a statement, you can see here. Statement STMT is equals to con. Now what is con here? You can see connection object. Get connection method, once the connection is established, returns a reference of connection object, and that reference is stored here in con. So that is connection reference. And then by using this connection reference, we can create a statement. So con dot create statement. So a statement object is created. Here the name is STMT. Now once the statement is created, you can execute the queries. But first we are creating a query. You can see the query is select star from student. These are queries are DBMS queries. Any DBMS query you can execute. Okay, so here the query is select star from student. Now how to execute it? You can see statement, the object which we have created, dot execute query. The method is execute query, which is used to execute the queries, and we are passing a query. The query which we have created here is passed. So this query select star from students will be executed on the backend database, and as you can see, it is a select query. This query is going to return us the data in rows and column, and the return data we need to store in a variable, and a simple variable may not be able to store that data. You can create an array or two-dimensional array, you can say, but again the data which is contained in the table may be of different types also. So you need a special variable to store that data which is written by the DBMS. So we have a special variable here. The variable is called as result set variable, or you can simply call it as result set, and the type of variable name for a result set which we have created, it is res, result set res. So the data which is written by this query will be stored in res. Now the data is in res. Once the data we have in our variable, the program variable, we can process the data. We may display it or we may do any other processing. So we will consider processing here as displaying the data. So how we can display the data? Now you can see here, process the data written by DBMS. Next step. The step says while res.next. Now there is a method in the result set. The method is next method. What next method does? Next method simply moves a virtual cursor to the next line. So there is a virtual cursor which points to a particular row. About that we will study in detail in the coming sessions also. So that virtual cursor is moved to the next row, and it returns a value true or false. Means when it returns true, when it contains data, that row to which the virtual cursor is pointing, if it contains data, it returns true, otherwise it returns false. And if it is true, means that row contains the data, and we are fetching the data. You can see system.out.println res.getString 1. See, if the data is written is like this, data is always written in the form of rows and column. Select query it is. So data, suppose it is written like this. So you can see there are two rows, and this contains some data, you can see here. First time when I say res.next, the cursor which was pointing here, that is the -1 position initially, that is moved to the first row. First row it will point, and if there is any data, you can see I have shown here some data is there. So it will return true, and if it is true, while is executed. In the while, we are printing the data from every cell. res.getString 1 means the first cell data it will print. Same way, second cell data, getString 2, getString 3, and if it is having 4, it will be getString 4. Again, getString, get method along with a data type string, that depends on the type of data you are retrieving. If it is an integer data, you have to use getInt. Okay. So like this while loop will repeat for all the numbers of rows. It is retrieved, first we have retrieved the first row, same way the cursor next time it is moved to the next row, and this data is retrieved, and then it is again moved to the next row. When it is moved to the next row, you can see there is no other row and no other data, so it is returning false and the loop will stop. Okay, so that is about displaying the data. You can say processing the data. And last step, it is the closing connection. Once the work is done, we have to close the connection by using con.close. Okay, so once the connection is closed, after that the application cannot communicate with the backend database. So this is the JDBC process, or you can say steps, which needs to be followed by an application to connect with a backend database. Okay, the same steps we will see in the form of graphics. You can see begin, then import the package, load and register the driver, create a connection object, create a statement object, execute the statement, and close the connection. Again, some steps, additional steps you may see here, like importing a package and all, but almost these steps are similar. Okay, so that's it in today's session. Okay, let's consider one example. Let's see an example and then stop. So I'll show you an example program. So this is our example program. This is a typical Java program, and this is not a GUI program or a Swing program. This is simply a console based program, that is CUI program, which we have studied in the core Java section. You can create a GUI program also, a Swing program, or an applet AWT applet program as well. Okay, so the program starts with an import statement. As I have said, there are two packages, java.sql and javax.sql, and in most of our program we are doing basic things, so only java.sql is needed. So we have imported java.sql dot star, import everything. We have also imported java.util package for some utility objects. Okay, then this is our class, and inside the main method, so this is main method. Inside the main method, what we have done, you can see first step, or we have seen JDBC process right now. There are few different steps. Each of these steps needs to be followed to connect with a database. So the first is loading the driver. So we have used that step, class.forName, and you can see we are loading sun.jdbc.odbc.jdbc driver. So driver we are loading, and this has been included in try and catch. If there is any problem while loading the driver, it will simply catch it and display appropriate message. Then inside next try, we are doing the other things. First, string URL, we are creating our URL, JDBC ODBC test. So this is the URL which is used to connect with ODBC data source. So we are connecting with ODBC data source. Now about JDBC ODBC driver we have already studied. In case of JDBC ODBC, Java application will not directly connect with a backend database, but Java application connect to a ODBC data source, or it connects with ODBC, whereas ODBC connects with a backend database. Now first we need to have an ODBC. Consider we already have an ODBC. We will see in the next session how we can create a ODBC as well. But for now I'll consider there is a ODBC which is already present, and to that ODBC data source we are connecting. And to connect that, we have a URL, that is JDBC:/ODBC: test is the ODBC name. Remember, this is the ODBC name which is created. Now once you have a URL, you can establish a connection by using driver manager.getConnection, and to this we are sending a URL. In the last case we have seen URL along with username and password. Now here we are not sending username and password because the actual connection process, it is done by ODBC. So ODBC will send a URL. ODBC will actually use a username and a password. So here no need to send a username and password, only a ODBC name we have to send. So that we have sent here. Now once the connection is established, next was creating statement. The same we have done here. Statement is created, and next result set dot rs is equals to s dot execute query. So s means statement object dot execute query, and the similar query we have executed. Select star from friends. There is a table called as friends in the database from which we are retrieving the data, and that is stored in rs. Once we have data in rs, we can use a while loop to retrieve the data. While rs dot next, rs dot get string, first column, second column, and third column. Last is, you can see, it is get int, because the last column data we have considered it is of type integer. As it is integer, the method changes here. Instead of get string, we have get int column 3. So 3 column data it has written, so all the 3 columns we have read, and then again the loop repeats for the next row. Any number of rows it may return. All the rows we are displaying on the console, and then it will come out of the loop. And lastly, we have closing brackets, and at the end you can say you can close the connection by using con dot close. That statement has not been included, but closing the connection at the end is required, so we can close the connection. So this is very simple Java program which connects to a backend database and retrieves values. Now you can see the result of this program as well. It may return something like this if you have data in the database. Okay, so we are returning, this is the first column data, this is the second column data, this is the third column data. Third column data, it is considered as a mobile number, so we have used getInt to retrieve it. Okay, so 2 rows it is returning, you can see, and that we have printed on the console. So this is a simple program, and with this we will stop in today's session. We will continue our discussion of JDBC in the next session. Thank you.